Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking closely at a recent report we've got here titled Podcast Soldados Desaparecidos in Bielorrusia.pdf. It details a pretty concerning incident involving U.S. Army soldiers near the Belarus border.
Yeah, that's right. Our goal really is just to pull out the key facts as they've been reported, understand what this document says happened.
Exactly. So this report, it outlines a really unfortunate event that happened during, well, what should have been fairly standard military maneuvers.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of highlights how even routine training, it carries these inherent risks.
Right. So the report kicks off by stating that 4 U.S. Army soldiers, they went missing during maneuvers in Lithuania,
Okay.
specifically near the Pobry area, which, as you probably know, is quite close to the border with Belarus.
Right on the border. Yeah.
And this apparently happened 6 days before the report itself was published. You can imagine the initial alarm.
Absolutely. A concerning start.
Mm-hmm.
And the situation, sadly, it escalated from there. The U.S. Army later confirmed that 3 of those 4 missing soldiers had actually died.
3 out of 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
And these individuals, the report notes, were part of the First Armored Brigade combat team of the Third Infantry Division, so, key U.S. Army combat units.
The details are quite somber. The report indicates their bodies were discovered in a lake in Lithuania.
In a lake, okay.
Yeah. According to the report's internal dating, we're just going by what's written here, this discovery was made on Monday, March 31st.
March 31st.
And this information was subsequently released in a statement by the U.S. European Command in Europe and Africa. 6 days missing. It really underscores the dangers involved, even in exercises.
It really does. And what stands out is that the vehicle the soldiers were traveling in was also found.
Okay.
Apparently, it had sunk in the lake during these maneuvers. So that gives us a clearer, though obviously tragic, picture of the incident itself.
Right, the mechanics of it.
Exactly. And importantly, at the time this report was written, rescue efforts were still underway to find the 4th missing soldier.
Yes, the report definitely made it clear that the search for that 4th individual was ongoing. It speaks to the commitment, I think, to account for every service member, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. No one left behind.
And we also saw an official reaction mention from Major General Christopher Norrie. He expressed condolences to the families, emphasizing, and this quote stood out, that these lost soldiers were considered part of our family. That really brings home the human cost.
It does. It's a powerful reminder that beyond any sort of strategic or operational context, these are individuals. And losses like these, they have a deep personal impact within the military community.
Definitely.
And it prompts you to think, doesn't it, about the safety protocols during these kinds of exercises, especially, near sensitive border regions like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting, too, shifting gears just slightly, the report also includes this brief, kind of unrelated diplomatic note at the end. It just mentions that China, Japan, and South Korea had agreed to formulate something. The actual details are cut off in the text we have.
Okay.
But it's just a reminder, I suppose, that even while focusing on a specific localized tragedy like this, the broader diplomatic world keeps turning.
Exactly. Well, our focus is rightly on this tragic incident. It's worth noting these things don't happen in a vacuum. It does make you wonder, though, about the specifics of the maneuvers. What leads to a vehicle sinking? What were the environmental challenges there?
Good questions. So just to quickly reiterate the key points from the report for you listening. 3 U.S. soldiers confirmed dead, and the search continues, or was continuing, for 1 missing soldier after a vehicle accident during maneuvers in Lithuania, very close to the Belarus border.
And Major General Norrie's statement really underscores the profound personal impact of this event, calling them family.
Yeah.
And this, I think, raises a significant point for you to maybe consider. Military training, while absolutely vital for preparedness for international cooperation, it inherently involves risk.
Always does.
How do nations, how does the military balance that necessity of rigorous, realistic training with the paramount importance of keeping their personnel safe, especially in potentially complex environments like border areas?
That's a really sobering final thought. Balancing readiness and safety is a constant challenge.
Well, thanks for delving into this specific report with us today.